U.S. renews warning it's obligated to defend the Philippines after its new clash with China at sea.
Here's a summary of the article.
Manila, Philippines. Chinese forces seized 2 Philippine rubber boats that were delivering food and other supplies to a military outpost in a disputed South China Sea shoal in a tense confrontation in which some Filipino Navy personnel were injured, Philippine security officials said Tuesday. The shoal has been occupied by a small Philippine Navy contingent aboard a long-grounded warship that has been closely monitored by China's Coast Guard and Navy in a years-long territorial standoff. A Philippine government task force overseeing the territorial disputes condemned what it said were dangerous maneuvers, including ramming and towing, which disrupted an effort to transport food, water and other supplies to the Filipinos manning the territorial outpost on the grounded ship, the BRP Sierra Madre, at the shoal. Related coverage. 2 Philippine security officials, who had knowledge of the supply mission at the shoal, separately told the Associated Press that 2 rubber boats manned by Filipino Navy personnel had approached the BRP Sierra Madre at the shoal to deliver fresh supplies when several Chinese Coast Guard personnel on speedboats arrived to disrupt the mission, sparking a scuffle and collisions. 5 of the injured sailors were rescued by one of 2 Philippine Coast Guard patrol ships that were waiting at a distance to back up the Navy's supply mission at the shoal. The Chinese Coast Guard gave a different version of the hostilities and said the Philippines is entirely responsible for this. It said a Philippine vessel ignored China's repeated solemn warnings and dangerously approached a Chinese vessel in normal navigation in an unprofessional manner, resulting in a collision. Philippine Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. said Monday night that his country's armed forces would resist China's dangerous and reckless behavior, which contravenes their statements of good faith and decency.
This post received a score of 8,400, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Edit. Looks like app changed the headline. Philippine officials say Chinese forces seized 2 Navy boats in disputed shoal, injuring sailors.
The US should resupply the shoal itself with a ship to show how serious it is and dare China to perform the same tactics.
Yep, just roll up in a destroyer to deliver the supplies and watch their reactions.
Nah, it's not proportional enough. Need to up that to a carrier fleet.
Next time the US needs to retire a carrier, just beach it next to the Sierra Madre and gift it to the Philippines. Now they have a facility that can be supplied by air. Watch the PLA have an aneurysm.
Greater than next time the US needs to retire a carrier, just beach it next to the Sierra Madre and gift it to the Philippines. Unfortunately, that won't be possible. Recently retired carriers can't even be turned into museum ships, despite their immense historical significance, because it's impossible to remove the nuclear reactors without dismantling the entire ship. Why, nuclear, Navy aircraft carrier USS Enterprise can't become a museum?
Damn, that was interesting. My first question when I read your statement was, why can't they remove the fuel and just seal off the reactors to the public? But apparently there are laws and regulations that prohibit this. Also, she has 8? Goddamn, crazy that apparently all other nuke-powered boats only have 2.
The workings of nuclear reactors, especially militarized versions, are kept very secret.
Except Westinghouse just recently sold several of their AP-1000 reactors to China, who is likely working on using the design from those nice and quiet reactor pumps on the nuclear submarines.
You mean the ones that are 30 years behind what the US is using in its Ford-class carriers? And not even as quiet as our Seawolf or Ohio-class subs. That's fine, China can have those.
Nobody wants a war, but everyone wants to test just how badly no one wants a war. Gather around, folks. We will be seeing this iterations of this quote a lot in the coming weeks. You saw it here first.
While nobody wants a war, everyone seems keen to test just how badly others want to avoid it.
Everyone wants to test others about how close to war they will get. Even when nobody is actually looking for said war.
Everybody out here looking for trouble, but ain't nobody want to be in trouble.
That shit.
Everyone wants to say who smelled it, but nobody wants to be the one who dealt it.
China is definitely the bully in the South China Sea. Even Vietnam hates China for that.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.